There's so many brands today. It doesn't mean like if you run one campaign today, you are definitely going to see sales. So there must be enough brand awareness done, right? Say if today like a beauty product. So a lot of times when I'll ask my brand, you know, today if let's say you are using SK2 for the last 5 years, and today when you see a new beauty brand that you see on social media, will you buy the product the first time you see? 90% of the brands will tell me no, because that's how marketing works, right? Because I've been using a product for so long.
Marketing and branding. I mean, you can have a great product, you can have great marketing, but if the awareness is not there, that's how marketing comes in. So I think branding is highly important in the full suite of marketing.
So just to build on that, I think it goes back to being very channel and very audience specific, especially if your budget is small, and ad cost is increasing. So that's where you cannot possibly target everybody under the sun, because even Coca-Cola has a specific niche customer base. Some people just don't drink Coke. So if you waste your ad dollars on them, it's just wasted, right? So, and don't forget, like the more channels you have, actually the more formats, the more content you have to produce, because different channels like Meta audience, IG audience, TikTok audience, YouTube audience, they are different. So the content needs to be customized to kind of grab their attention, which then, of course, it brings to mind the next segment on KOLs, because you also then need to manage KOLs. The more KOLs you have, the more management you have to spend and invest on managing them. Brings me to my next question on the myths and reality of KOL marketing. Does it really work? And like as a KOL yourself, I'm very curious. I'm sure the audience is curious. Do you really believe in the brands that you endorsed? Like, have you rejected working with any before?
Basically, as long as a brand pays me, I will do the deal. Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, but honestly, this was my mindset when I first started out as a content creator, right? Like, oh, as long as I get brand deals, I'm out there, it's fine, right? But then I learned that if you're gonna do that, you are really just not creating a niche for yourself. And you see some influencers, every posting is an ad. So I've worked with clients for the last decade, right? There are some clients that really do not want to work with influencers who take on every ad, because like, where's your credibility?
Personally, appreciate the honesty because that's why I advise my clients as well. And I know it's a fine balance between your values, your personal values, and then your client's values, and both can be equally important. So on that, I have a question for Joel. How can brands ensure authenticity?
They did a good relationship you have with the brand and all these things, but at the end of the day, the influencer content also good, but the audience make it in a way that it brings down the brand very badly. And then how do you deal with that kind of situation?
Okay, I can. So crisis comms, because where I come from, I work with a lot of financial services clients, so crisis comms is a big thing for us. So basically, I think my advice is usually to be very upfront about it. What is the problem that they were complaining about? Be proactive, don't hide. Don't already start being defensive and try blocking them, or pretending that the comments don't exist. Be proactive. If you need to apologize sincerely. Put it out on your own website, on your own social media statements already, and then activate your current pool of influencers who are supporting you to help you manage and post the talking points that you have for them. But then you have to be really, really proactive in terms of managing the community sentiments. And then sometimes it comes to a point where you know that you will die down because you have already did what you've done. There's nothing more left to say. Then sometimes the best is just to be quiet and then just let it die down, because it will. People will get bored.